You idiot. That's what my solicitor muttered after scanning the forged deed, his voice crackling across the Atlantic like a warning shot. I was mid-sip of Earl Grey in Edinburgh when the call came. The cottage my Nana left me, gone. Snatched, signed, sold. My brother had cashed in my future while I painted watercolors in the Highlands. I didn't gasp. I didn't smash the cup. I just watched the mist crawl over the tenements and felt the silence inside me sharpen into a blade. They always said I was the flighty one. Callum stayed in Miami, married money, became the golden boy mom paraded at yacht club brunches. I fled north, chasing brushstrokes and solitude. Distance, I thought, would mute the comparisons. It didn't. But Nana Rose never compared. Every July she'd steep chamomile on her veranda above Biscayne Bay, the fan blades slicing humid air while she spun tales of rebuilding after Granddad's heart attack. "Don't shrink, darling," she'd murmur, pressing a seashell into my palm. "The world's big enough for your colors." That cottage wasn't brick and mortar. It was her heartbeat in cedar walls, her laughter in the creak of the porch swing. She'd scrawled the deed in violet ink, "To my Mira, because you see beauty where others see storms." After the wake, Callum orchestrated everything: lilies, lawyers, the reading of the will. He looked mourned in linen, shaking hands like a politician. I thought he was grieving. Turns out he was auditing. Mom's transatlantic sighs still echoed, "Why can't you be more like your brother? He has direction." I'd swallow the sting, sketch another horizon, let the words dissolve. Fighting family felt like wrestling fog. So when the solicitor rang, cottage already transferred, proceeds vanished, I felt the fog solidify into ice. I pictured Callum forging Nana's flourish, his Mont Blanc digging too deep, the way he always carved his initials into everything he touched. I opened my tablet, thumbed to a photo, Nana and me on that veranda, her opal ring glinting. My chest caved. That cottage was proof someone once chose me. Now it was Callum's down payment on a yacht. Rain hammered the sash window. I whispered, "I'm sorry, Nana. I should have guarded your gift." My phone vibrated, new email. Subject, discrepancies. Heart stuttering, I already knew whose hand had trembled. Miriam, the solicitor said, the notary seals a photocopy. Signatures practiced, too uniform. Your brother rehearsed it. You idiot, he added, softer, aimed at the forger. To me, it sounded like a dare. I compared scans side by side. Nana's loops danced, Callum's were rigid, over-inked. Outside, the storm thickened, streaking the glass like accusations. Nana's voice drifted back, "When someone steals your light, they're only showing their darkness." I finally saw Callum's. "Don't confront him," the solicitor warned. "We need ironclad." I nodded into the void. Dig. Midnight found me ringed by teacups and printouts, every curl of ink a breadcrumb. I emailed the solicitor, he thought distance made me blind. He miscalculated. A blocked number pinged, "Stop digging." I typed, "Who is this?" 3 dots, vanished. Next dawn, Callum's name flared on my screen. I let it ring until voicemail swallowed it, then answered the second call. "Mira." His voice dripped sunshine. "Closed on Nana's place, cash deal, $380K. Realtor called me a natural. Sending you 20 grand for your little flat. Don't say I never looked out for you." My pulse slowed to a predator's beat. "You sold my cottage." "Technically ours," he laughed. "You're off playing Van Gogh. I managed the family asset." "You forged her will." A razor pause. "Careful, sis. You're hysterical again." Click. I saved the recording. Gift-wrapped confession. Mom rang at dusk. Callum's distraught, "You're suing?" "He handled everything." "He handled fraud," I said. "You were always too sensitive." Click. They mistook my quiet for surrender. I renamed a folder, Reckoning. 3 days later, fraud report filed. Proceeds frozen. Callum's calls stacked like unpaid bills, 12, 20, 30. I answered the last. What did you do? He roared. The truth did, I said. You think you can destroy me? You destroyed yourself the moment you lifted Nana's pen. His wife, Sophie, phoned from an unknown line that night. Voice shredded, he lied to me too. Said you'd waived claim. I found the practice signatures in his desk. I'll testify. The line went dead before gratitude could form. The solicitor called at sunrise. Airtight. Buyers cooperating. Callum's offering $180K to bury it. Tell him my terms, I said. Notarized confession. Full restitution from his pocket. Letter to our parents. Lifetime waiver on future estates. A low whistle. Ruthless poetry. By dusk, the PDF landed. Callum's script looked diminished. Callum Reed, falsified. I forwarded it with one line, truth served. The cottage reverted. Funds released. I sold it within a week, $410K. Quit the agency. Hung a shingle, Rosewater Studio. One easel, one commission, one life finally wide enough. A parcel arrived from Miami, Mom's handwriting. Inside, Nana's opal ring and a note. She'd want you to keep shining. I slipped it on, the stone caught the light like a promise kept. Callum downsized, divorced, disappeared into Mom's guest room. I didn't gloat. I hoped the echo of Nana's chamomile taught him what theft truly costs. Sunrise over Edinburgh, gilding my new desk. The ring flashed as I signed my first solo contract. I smiled into the quiet. We did it, Nana. If you've ever clawed back what was yours, was the fight worth the scars? Tell me below. Subscribe, because some stories demand witnesses.